For centuries, the myth of the white lion has been etched in African folklore. Legend has it that once every 100 years, magical white lions will be born, bringing joy to all who see them. Jörg, Karen and their daughter Bianca have an incredible love and passion for big cats, many of these having been raised in their own home. These cats are the world's fastest, strongest and most agile predators. But sadly, some of these species face extinction. Join Kezia from Kenya, Kasila from Brazil, and Gabi from Germany as they encounter these incredible animals. This is probably the closest our three adventurers will ever get to the world's most fearsome hunters.
Going to the white lions, Tsao and Tendile. They also grew up in a house. To be honest with you, they stayed this year, March, they were still living in our house. And then they just got too big, so my wife decided to kick them out. They became too noisy and too boisterous. And we didn't have a bed to sleep on anymore because they took over the bed. So they're sleeping outside now, but they're very special animals.
Welcome to another episode of Animal Encounters. Now today we are going to look at the world's biggest cats. This is probably the closest you ever get to any of these cats. We are here at Jukani Predator Park, and behind me is Tahoe and Tendile. Beautiful white cats, lions to be precise, and they are stunning. As we came, we found them laying sunbathing up there, and he seems to be enjoying himself thoroughly.
Jukani Wildlife Sanctuary was started in 2005 by Jörg and Karen Olsen. Located on the so-called garden route along the southern coast of South Africa, Jukani is home to numerous big cats.
Because of the declining numbers of exotic species, like you're looking at Siberian tigers, Bengal tigers, jaguars and everything, we decided to get something done where we can make people aware of not only those cats, but also of our African cats. So we started this mainly focusing on lions, and then it developed into everything else that you see here with tigers and jaguars and black leopards.
Lion numbers have been declining steadily in Africa. It is estimated that Africa's lion population has plummeted by 2/3 in 50 years, while new satellite data shows that about 3/4 of Africa's wide-open savanna has disappeared to development.
You take the apex predator, like a lion, out of the food chain, everything else below him falls down. If we lose our lions in Africa, not only will we lose a serious income with regard to tourism, but we'll, in the nature, in the ecological circle, you'll see that everything will break down. So that is Jukani. It's about awareness, it's about big cats, and I'd say 90% about our love and our passion for these animals.
A prophecy in African folklore states that every 100 years, a white lion cub will be born and will emerge from the African bush. White lions are a genetic rarity unique to one endemic area of the globe, the Timbavati region in South Africa. In the Shangaan language, Timbavati translates to the place where the star lions came down from the heavens.
Okay, this is Tsao. Tsao is our boy. And you'll also see with the white lions, the eyes aren't yellow, the same as your other lions. Their eyes are blue.
The first authenticated sightings of white lions in Timbavati were in 1928. This is also the region where two cubs named Temba, Zulu for hope, and Tombi, meaning girl, were discovered in 1975. White lions are not albinos. Their white color is caused by a recessive gene known as the color inhibitor gene, distinct from the albinism gene. They vary from blonde through to near white.
Sam and Tindile came as 2 little 6-week-old cubs to us, and basically took the house over alongside with 2 little cheetah cubs the same age. And we put them together basically for socialization, but also to see what's going to happen. You know, it's 2 different animals. Cheetahs being very docile, lions being quite the more aggressive ones. And wonderful thing happened out of all of this is that the white lions actually got a very docile, sweet personality. They are more or less cheetah-like instead of the other way around. So we really got 2 beautiful, peaceful, loving white lions that we can basically go in anytime, day or night, and they just love us.
The interesting thing about them is when you've built a relationship with them and you grew up with them like Bianca did, for instance, that bond is there forever. It never stops. It's there. They'll recognize her 10 years from now. They'll recognize her and know her. And she can live with him and work with him with safety. The other night I caught her sitting here with him, braiding his mane. The other girls were cleaning the enclosure and Bianca was braiding his mane, and he had these horns standing all over his head.
It is unusual to see dogs with a lion cub. The Olsons have put this young cub with the dogs to train her that there is a hierarchy. This training will stand her in good stead for future interactions with other lions.
Lions love, because they're pride animals and social animals, they love interaction and they love biting and holding on and chewing and everything. So it's so important to do this with them, to socialize with them.
Lions and all other cats possess a special olfactory organ on the roof of the mouth called a Jacobson's organ. Sometimes you will see a lion, or even your cat, grimace when smelling something. They are opening their lips to draw air over their Jacobson's organ, almost as if to taste the air.
They draw back this whole lion thing, they draw it back to King Solomon in the Bible. And they bring that back to Africa, especially to Zimbabwe. So it's not just something that's falling out of the sky, it's reality. It's a big, big reality that we don't always recognize and realize. And we want to tell our people that. We want to tell people visiting us. It's important that you know where these cats come from, that you know what we're sitting with here. It's not just a lion, it's heritage. We've got a huge responsibility. Right, this is Grumpy. He's a bit upset about the cameras, but he's our oldest male lion. And he loves his bottle of milk. Now when he's eating or when he's getting treats, I can touch him and I can stroke him and everything. But when he's drinking milk, I'm not allowed to even touch him. I must just give him his milk.
We raised them from a young age, and at first they need the milk till a certain age, and from there on it's basically just something that a treat to reassure them that you still love them. They're still part of the family, that you didn't forget about them. And I must say, I also love my milk, so why not?
Feeding time is always the favorite time for residents and visitors alike.
You all know what a Harley-Davidson motorcycle sounds like. This is the South African version. Maak vir my Ali. Maak vir my Ali. Maak vir my Ali. Bam. These guys, as I said, they've been in captivity. Grumpy is my older brother, really is, or my younger brother. We've got an amazing relationship, but the moment there's food involved, that natural instinct kicks in to protect his food. Now, I won't do that with any lion, but we understand each other. We know what's on and what's off. This is Angel, our normal spotted leopard, And then there we've got Spirit, our black leopard.
Leopards are solitary animals and known as the silent hunters. The species' success in the wild is in part due to its opportunistic behavior, its adaptability to habitats, its ability to run at speeds approaching 58 kilometers per hour, its unequaled ability to climb trees even when carrying a heavy carcass, and its notorious ability for stealth.
Black leopards, I made the mistake the other day of saying they're extinct in South Africa. They're not extinct, they've been exterminated. A woman corrected me.
Black leopards, also called black panthers, can still be found in the wild in Central Africa and Asia. A recessive gene causes the melanistic or black color.
Now in here we've got two caracal, Kaya the male on my left hand side and then Nandi his sister. And these two nature conservation brought to us that they confiscated from a well-known lodge. Well, your caracal, being small, a lot of people underestimate them, they think they're harmless. But if a male weighing 20 kilos can take down an ostrich weighing 100 kilos on his own. And they take down impala, they take down springboks, and they will hurt you if you push them into a corner.
Cheetahs are the fastest land animals on Earth, reaching speeds of up to 120 kilometers per hour. Everything about them is designed for speed.
Small head, very long legs, and you'll see they don't have retractable claws. They've only got semi-retractable claws. They need those spikes to hook into the ground and keep traction. The tail's almost a flat tail, different to that of a lion and a tiger where they've got a round tail. And they use the tail as a rudder to turn.
This is Tara, and he's a 2.5-year-old Siberian male. He's actually still considered a cubby, and as you can see, he doesn't look like a cubby anymore. This is the biggest cat that you'll find. Siberian males can weigh in excess of 350 kilos. Normally in nature they're about 360 kilos.
Interesting thing about tigers, about leopards, about lions, about all these animals. Tigers, for instance, each tiger's stripes differ to the others. Each leopard's spots is different to the others. Wild dogs, the painted dogs, each one's pattern is different. There's not one that's similar. Zebra, exactly the same thing. I can imagine how much time and effort it took to create that for us. And then we destroy everything. There's 250 of them left in the wild. That is humans. We are the cause of the losses here. We are the cause of animals going extinct. Look how jealous he is. That's jealousy. You won't allow her to come close. He's pushing her away. She's not allowed to come close to Karen.
There's nothing better than this. Nothing. You're loved by an animal like this.
All right, now Angelo is going blind, the male here, as a result of inbreeding. And that's the big problem with your white tigers and white lions. The gene pool is very small, so inbreeding is a serious problem. And he's suffering from progressive retinal atrophy. And he will be totally blind within the next year or two.
Now this is Bixie, this is a honey badger. And he's one of the animals that grew up in the house with us basically from a little cubby on. Very docile little thing. You can see he's got very long claws. These guys are made for digging. Could even kill a lion if they want to, so they consider one of your most dangerous animals in Africa. The reason for that as well is if you look at his skin. It's got a very loose skin, can turn about 35 degrees on its own skin. So as soon as something grabs it on its back, it just turns around and grabs back. And then just starts scratching with the nails until eventually the animal dies, basically. This guy is just a little saved animal that people drop parts of the kiosk. You name it, these guys can kill puff adders. If puff adder bites it, just sleeps off the venom and then just keeps on continuing eating after a couple of hours of sleep. I won't recommend it keeping in your house. They're very destructive animals. So if they want something in the fridge, they can't get the door open, they'll dig a hole right through it. They don't have a problem with that. And we kept him in the house for quite a while until he starts breaking things down. The only place where we can keep him now is in a dam with electricity, because otherwise he climbs out as well. They go through anything, brick walls, you name it. No, they're very destructive little things, but well, I won't recommend keeping as a pet though.
Queenie grew up with Jörg playing like this. It's not easy having a 160-kilogram lioness lying on top of you.
It's amazing. Waiting for you to come in, play soccer with them.
Yeah. Especially with Gabi, she's crazy about playing ball.
Have you ever thought that lions like cold weather?
Yeah? No. Have you ever thought that lions like football?
No. Now we have a team.
She's crouched. There we go. There we are. She's so tall.
Vocês viram que maravilhoso? Que coisa mais linda! O jeito que Deus os criou. Parece, a gente imagina que eles eram muito diferentes dos gatinhos pequenininhos que a gente tem em casa, mas eles são muito similares, brincando com a bola, se divertindo. Também gostam de diversão, né, gente?
I thought about this last night. There's a reason why they mentioned so many times in the Bible.
Right.
If you look at David, the Lion of Judah, because they're so powerful, they are extremely powerful.
Yeah.
And it's one animal you don't want to mess with.
Yeah.
They also say that in this African mythology that we spoke about yesterday, that for every lion killed or shot unnecessarily, in other words, if they're not becoming a nuisance,
Or threat.
taking humans and stuff like that,
Yeah.
a human will lose its soul. And if you look at cane hunting and what it's done to South Africa, everybody that's been, and there's no exception, each and every guy that's been involved in cane hunting, they've lost their perspective of wildlife, they've lost their love for the wild. It's all about money.
Yeah.
And money corrupts, let's be honest about it. So I believe a lot of people have lost their souls, and they're bringing overseas guys in here, and they're not honest about the lions. It's not wild lions these guys are shooting. And then that guy that shoots the lion, also he's in that same predicament, because he's killing an animal unnecessary, and it's a lion.
Yeah.
So
Any animal, really.
yeah. Look, how it works is they keep the lions like this. They'll have them as tame as possible, and then a couple of days, 72 hours before the hunter comes out, they will release him in an open piece of felt. Now remember, that lion is used to, the same as we go around with a wheelbarrow, he's used to a bakkie bringing, or a vehicle bringing his food. So the moment he hears the vehicle coming, obviously he's been without food for 72 hours, he's going to come running up, now I'm going to get fed. What does he get? He gets shot. And 90% of those shots, the first shot is not a kill shot. If you look at the footage, it sounds like war, the way these guys go around. And they don't kill the lion instantly. So it's, I think it's human nature at its worst.
And I mean, you must have lost your soul before that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just the thought
To be able to
killing
do it.
You know what,
Yeah.
I've been working with these cats for a while now. And let me tell you one thing. The moment you make a deal with the devil, you're in it for life.
Yeah.
You're history. And Mammon is one of his ways of making deals with it. I don't say all people are like that, all rich people. But with regards to lion hunting and cane hunting, that's they're all deals made in hell.
Right. Right.
And they say justice is not always, doesn't come on earth.
Right.
So
No. Yeah, but I mean, if you look at the animal, it's so beautiful. Why would you want to kill such a beautiful animal?
Keeps me thinking of the Narnia.
yeah, yeah.
It's awesome,
true.
isn't it?
It's true. Yeah.
I think it's such a great picture. C.S. Lewis has used the lion.
Yeah. I believe that, as I said to people just now, that there's a place for everyone. There's a place for animals. That's why God created animals. Otherwise, He wouldn't have created apex predators. And if we don't honor that, and we don't respect what He's created, I mean, this leopard is unique. There's nothing like her. There's not another one like her. She's unique. And if we don't respect that and treat it with respect, we are getting poorer, and we are losing that closeness to God. I don't have to go to a church or anything. I'm here with my animals, and believe me, it's as close as I can get to God is when I'm with my animals and with these fantastic animals. And they're so amazingly beautiful.
As I looked at the tame white lions with cheetah characters, I imagined that's how it will be in heaven. Without sin, we'll be able to play with lions without any fear.
I am amazed at how a family can love animals so much, and how the animals that are normally wild can love them back. I wish there were more people like the Olsens. This world would be a better place.
There are no two leopards with the same spots, no tigers with the same stripes. God created each one to be different, and each one with its own unique personality.
Und zurück zu den weißen Löwen. Als wir gestern hier waren und im Gehege drin standen, quasi Auge in Auge mit diesen wunderbaren Kreaturen, hat mich das zutiefst berührt. Diese Majestät und diese Souveränität zu sehen, die Gott geschaffen hat, wahnsinnig faszinierend. Aber es war auch eine gewisse Angespanntheit, jede Bewegung zu beobachten, zu sehen, dass die Löwen uns beobachten. Was wollen wir von ihnen? Einfach faszinierend. Ich finde solche persönlichen Begegnungen mit Lebewesen, die Gott geschaffen hat, mit Kreaturen auf dieser Erde, die bewegen. Und ich finde, es ist wert, diese Tiere zu bewahren, die Umwelt zu bewahren, etwas für sie zu tun. Meinen Sie nicht? Bis zum nächsten Mal bei meinen tierischen Begegnungen.